I want to do a quick short about newborn addition into health insurance plans because this is something which people commonly overlook, and it's something which really can be crucial in terms of obtaining coverage for a newborn for any health conditions that they may be born with. Now, people often will focus on maternity benefits, which are great to have. It's nice to have those expenses covered. But the key consideration needs to be what happens once the baby's born and how you're going to cover the baby. Because if you go out into the market and start them on a policy, then you're going to have to complete an application form, which is fine for a healthy baby. But if your baby is born with health conditions, that would mean you'd need to declare those health conditions, and those health conditions would subsequently be excluded from coverage on the health insurance plan. So what is the solution to avoid that problem? This starts long before you even have a baby. It would require you to use a plan which will allow for you to add a baby into your plan without an application, and that will require that you go through a period of coverage, which is usually around a year depending on provider, before the insurer will allow you to add a newborn into the plan without an application, and therefore without underwriting, which in practice means that if there are any health conditions with baby, that they would be covered. A common issue with Thai-sourced health insurance plans is that the newborn addition process is complicated and is set up in a way which will mean potentially that your newborn isn't covered for pre-existing conditions. So a common clause is that a newborn can only be added after 14 days. So the reason that's a problem is because during that 14 days, if there are any health conditions which become apparent, which for anything serious they would show themselves in that period, they would need to be declared on the application form and they would be excluded from coverage. So as I mentioned earlier in the short, to avoid that, you need a plan which will allow you to add a newborn into the policy with no underwriting.